He was like, where do you go? I didn't go that far. Don't worry. I'm right here. 'Cause baby, I'm on tonight. What's going on? Sorry about that. I think I have a feeling that I lost audio because my battery was down. You guys, that it's the inside that counts. Work on your inside. Make the inside better, and the outside is gonna shine. The outside doesn't have a choice. The outside is just a reflection of what you are and what you want to be. So if your outside is not reflecting what you want it to reflect, well, you can put on some clothes and put on some makeup and stuff like that, but it's not. It's called inner peace, but I think a lot of people also think that they don't have enough time, and they're always like, no, but I'm too busy. But then I'm like, yeah, but then you watch Netflix and you do all these other things in your life where the last generation didn't have any of these things to do. So you always have time to work on you. You always have time to do something that will benefit you and, make your progress happen. Because I get all these questions all the time, and I feel like the questions are starting to come. Just mental illness in general, so many things just in our daily lives, like normal stuff, like I can't get out of bed, or I can't get myself to the gym, or it's so hard to, stay awake at work. All these different things, they're all, things that we all go through, everyone, they're common. It's not that only you have that problem. Just because I, post stuff in the morning and stuff, it doesn't mean that it was super easy for me and I just popped out of bed, first thing in the morning. No, man, I struggle. I also have my struggles. And, I think a lot of people, when they look at me, they're like, oh, how could your life be bad? Look at you, good looks. That can also be a problem. It can be a problem in many stages of your life, let me tell you. Because you have a lot of jealousy thrown your way from a lot of other guys that think that they're not good looking enough. You know what I mean? And those things are just insecurities. So even though I can see the jealousy in them, I don't blame them, because it's coming from an portray something to someone else that might get offended by it, or say, oh, why does that person have to be so jealous of me? I've always been so nice to this person, and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. He's got or she's got insecurities that you're not responsible for dealing with. So why are you taking that stress on yourself? So you guys are limiting your whole job. I want to learn. I want to learn about people. I want to learn, why do people act out in certain ways. And it's been pretty mind-boggling, most of it, and pretty interesting. I'm definitely enjoying it. But Marisa over here, I think, is on the money. Other people's opinions of you are none of Laugh it off. I'm laughing off. I literally, it happens all the time. It's happening in the gym recently quite a lot. And maybe that's because I'm growing in the gym. So, there's jealousies and people think that I'm on steroids and all kinds of, crazy crap. And but I understand it. I still come in there with just as much joy and vigor and, positive energy as I possibly can bring, because that's my job. If I get let down, of course, too. It's funny, but it's also the best way, because everybody else around you is like, hey, even though that guy doesn't like that guy so much, he still comes in smiling. Like, that speaks wonders to other people. But thank you all for being here. And I always like to help my people, because I don't even call you my fans. I don't like using fans. Fan kya hai? Fan mere kamre mein hai fan. I don't, it's a weird kind of thing, people say, I'm your biggest fan. I'm like, itna bada to nahi hai, kyunki aapse bada hai mera fan, room ka. But, yeah, overall, I think, you guys are like, you're part of me. When there is something that I do feel is really sincere, or, I don't answer everybody's DMs. I don't have time to be answering everybody's DMs, It takes a lot out of me. I don't want you to be offended by it. I don't think of you any less. Don't think of it in a negative way. Think of it as, well, maybe it's my problem. Maybe I've got too many things to do in my life. You know what I mean? We should chat about this. I'm a coach and I love everything you've said so far. marziadosal.co. See, now what am I gonna do? Marzia, why don't you drop me a DM and let's talk about this a little bit more? Because now we got someone that's interested. You see what I mean? Positive energy just keeps on bringing positive stuff around. Maybe that's not for you. Maybe that's not the hit number on your list. You know what I mean? Like, I've got so much opposition. Good. Opposition is good. That means you're doing something. That means you're moving. Have you ever watched American football? Have you ever watched American football where and you've got to score most of the time with the ball in your hand. You can't score. You can score by kicking it, but it's a little bit more difficult because the ball isn't round. It's kind of oval shaped. Now, okay, somebody said yes, well done. Or maybe my internet is just slow. Okay, someone said no, good. So I've explained it to you. You're running with a ball. You will never see on that field, you will never see somebody running with the ball and not being chased. And you will also never see someone who doesn't have the ball and is being chased. So if you get my drift, if you've got something, you've got your dreams, you've got whatever you want, all your goals, all your desires, all of that stuff going on, you're running with it. You're running with it, right? So they're going to be after you because you got something. It's real. It's new. They like it. They're watching it. They're like, dude, I wish I could do that. You make a reel, they make 1,000 reels after that. You know, you're running with that ball. And a person who doesn't have the ball, he's just like, well, I'm waiting for the ball. He's not got anybody. He's not going to be watching his back. Nobody's at his back. Everybody's in the front of him. You know what I mean? So when you start in not making those same mistakes again, because I've heard some people say, oh, you know, back then it was so amazing, you know, they had this and they had that. Yeah, back then also had all of its problems. Most of them back then, they were saying, oh, I wish we had some technology that would take care of this and take probably come in my big fancy car, because if I don't come in my car, they're going to judge me. You have all of these, I don't know, it's like pre-received. It's like you received them from somewhere that you know exactly what's going to happen in that situation. You've already blocked that situation for yourself. You've already put a barrier in front of your opportunity. Why? Because you already know everything. And let me ask you this, if you know everything and you are so damn smart that you know everything about every situation, then why aren't you God? That's a good question to ask yourself. Why am I not God? Because I already know all of this. I already know how they're going to talk about me. I already know what they're going to say. If you continue and continue to do that, well, you're never going to move. You're never going to make an advancement. Why? Because you keep going back. You keep going back to the old way of thinking, to the easy way of thinking, because it's super easy to think negative about people and super difficult to think positively about them. And that is just the way it is. Don't think that you're the only one left out. No, but you're special, and you should know that, and you should start believing that, and you should start thinking about that. Because when you start thinking that, hey, I do have it, hey, I actually have the talent to, I got inside of that door, I got the meeting, I got everything. Why have I not moved in yet? Why can I go and, you know, patch up with that person and make it a better, a better situation between us? There's so many things you can do, but you've already got all these premeditated thoughts that you just can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore because you're so smart, you're so intelligent, you're so amazing that you have already outthought everything. You've already outthought the future. You've already outthought God. You've already outthought your friends. You've already outthought your family. You're the best. You don't need anybody anymore. Why are you asking questions to people then? You know, treat me like that. And, you know, why didn't they? Yeah, because you're thinking about the wrong things. You're asking the wrong questions. You're getting wrong answers. And somebody's saying over here, are you angry? I'm never angry. I do get angry sometimes. And trust me, you don't want to be